So we've talked about the sort of project in and of itself and low-income housing and the different aspects of low-income housing, but people seem to be against it, which is a little bit problematic to me. We talked about it earlier in our discussion, but just maybe if we can talk about how we can change the mindset of everything.
Well, I always start with the facts. Everybody has their own personal opinion about many things. But when you deal with the facts, I think that becomes the basis or the foundation for a discussion. And oftentimes people are not aware of the facts. They gravitate to certain mindsets and they gravitate to certain groups and they kind of gel in those mindsets and they gel in those groups. And sometimes even when you present the facts, they are so adamant about their opinions that they really don't appreciate the truth that the facts present. But the truth is that every city has a range of people who have differing incomes. You go from individuals who have zero incomes to those who are wealthy, and everything in between. Our elected officials have stated that Sacramento is to be a city that works for everyone. And in a city that works for everyone, you need to have housing options for everyone. And just because someone is at a different income on the wage scale than you may be doesn't inherently make them a bad person. And there are some people who believe that. There are some people who believe that if you are low income, that is a threat to your economic viability, that's a threat to your security, that's a threat to your way of life. And nothing could be further from the truth. You have to take individuals on an individual basis. There are some very high wealth individuals who are a threat to our way of life. There's some very high wealth individuals who are a threat to our security. So just because someone's in a different income bracket does not mean that we need to look at them through a different colored lens. I think that our commitment is for there to be factual presentations of the realities of our city and the acknowledgement that every individual should have a place where they can afford to live out their life and their dreams if they so desire. And that's a challenge. It's not only a challenge here in Sacramento, it's a challenge in California and across the country. And those of us who've been given the opportunity to sit where we sit and to have the influence that we have are doing everything that we can to talk about the facts with the hope that the realities of the truth of the facts will change some of the attitudes that have been expressed against low-income housing or mixed-income housing. But Sacramento is a place that's committed for everyone. So there is a wide range of housing options that are coming to our city, that are already here, that we're looking to expand. And that will just be the nature of Sacramento.
That's the extent of my questions, but anything else about Marisol Village or anything else that maybe came to mind that we didn't address during our discussion?
Marisol Village is much more than a housing neighborhood, a neighborhood of housing options. There's a new park coming. That's a city park. There's a new transit station coming. There are whole art projects that are going to be down 12th Street. And this is a wide-ranging, impactful development unlike anything that this city has ever seen. It will set the new standard for what the new neighborhoods and new communities in Sacramento desire to be. We've got electric charging stations and zero-emission vehicles and There's a public garden and leadership development center planned. So whether you want to go and play soccer in the park, or you want to grow tomatoes in the garden, or whether you want to have classes on how to be more civically engaged and rise up through the ranks as a civic leader, all of that's happening at the same time that there are after-school programs and computer training classes. And in addition to all that, there will be a forest planted at Marisol Village, over 850 trees. So when we talk about Sacramento being the city of trees, Marisol Village will be the community of trees. And those trees are going to be planted by folks who are engaged in training programs and horticulture. And so we're looking at every place we can connect the dots. We are pulling all of that, and it's converging on Marisol Village. So I say to those who are viewing this, come by Marisol Village. It's at Richards Boulevard and 12th Street. That area will never be the same. It's improving, and it's a place where lives are going to be changed. That's it for me. I've enjoyed having this time with you, Logan. I so appreciate you taking the time out to have a conversation about all the great things that we're doing here at SHRA. And I really appreciate all that you're doing to get the word out about construction and activities going on here in Sacramento and beyond.
Definitely. It was definitely a pleasure to talk with you, Tyrone, today. If people want to contact you or get in contact with SHRA, what would be the best way to do that? SHRA.org. That's our website. On there, you can find out about more information about Marisol Village. You can find out how to connect to the SHRA program for the rental assistance. You can find out how to sign up for public housing or the Housing Choice Voucher Program. Everything about our agency can be easily found on shra.org. Alrighty. So thank you again, Tyrone.
Thank you.
So I hope you all enjoyed that interview. Stay tuned here on Construction Business TV for more construction business related news. For CBTV, this has been Logan Williams reporting.